Fun fact, did you know back in the early days of synthesizers, keyboards did not have effects inside? So how did we use effects back then? And well, we would use effects pedals. So stay tuned and we're gonna go back to those years. We're gonna strip off the effects that are inside the keyboard and show you how to use Stompbox's effects pedals for your synthesizers. All right, let's get started. Let's start by showing off the Boss DM101. It's a delay pedal, very cool style, kind of looks old school Boss. So I'm gonna use my Juno D, but before we use my Juno D, I'm gonna strip off the effects that come with it. A lot of effects in here. Let's go ahead and take a listen. You hear effects already in here. Well, I'm gonna strip them off. I'm gonna press and hold my shift. I'm going to take off the EQ. I'm gonna take off the multi-effects, the insert effects. I'm gonna take off the chorus and reverb. So now we're left with no effects, just like the old days. Now, we've already gone in and we've done output out of the keyboards into the Boss effects, and that goes out. Very easy, okay? So let's go ahead and take a listen to how this sounds with a delay pedal. So I'll just put it on classic and turn it on. Let's take a listen. Cool thing is I can go ahead and adjust all my parameters, my depth, my variations in here. My time, and have so much fun. So like I might go into another effect. That's pretty cool. That's with this. Let's go ahead and take it off. No effects. We've already stripped the effects off of the Juno D. Same thing. Let's put the effects back on. I can go ahead and make adjustments if I want. Totally cool. So I did EP because back in the days, we had the old EPs, the electric pianos. That's what we would do. We would use choruses and delays. But in this example, I'm using a delay. Let's go into my synth area. That's cool. Let's go ahead and strip them off. And this is what I'm left with. No effects. Let's go ahead and turn on the pedal effects of the DM101. Just hit it on, that easy. Once again, I'm here at Washington Music and we are showing how to use effects pedals with keyboards. So in this next example, I'm using the Boss Rotary Ensemble, the RT2, and this simulates a rotary speaker. Now I'm using my Juno D, but I'm gonna strip off the effects associated with the Juno D. So here's my Juno D. Sounds pretty good, but let's strip off the effects and we're gonna use the RT2 for the rotary. So I'm gonna shift and I'm gonna take off my reverb, my chorus, my insert effects, my multi-effects. So now I'm left with this. Nice clean sound. Now let's have a little bit of fun and we're gonna use the RT2. Out of here, into here, out of there, into your speakers. No effect. Pretty cool, now let's kick it on. Boom, now it's gonna go slow. And this is designed more for your foot, but if I press and hold it, watch, it's gonna go from green, which is slow, to red, which is fast. Cool thing about this pedal is I can actually adjust how fast is fast, how slow is slow, right on the pedal, and even a little bit more, put a little more dirt in my sound if I want to, so I can have it going. A little bit of distortion if I want. So if you're looking for a fun rotary speaker emulator, nice pedal effect, the Boss Rotary Ensemble, the RT2, give it a try. Remember, back in the day, keyboards, we did not have effects. So these pedals are for us too, not just guitar players. So give it a try with the RT2 if you're looking for a good rotary speaker emulation. I have the new Plugout FX pedal, the PX1. I'm gonna turn it on and that's gonna trigger a phaser. Great thing is, since it's a pedal, I can easily go in and make adjustments. So very cool. So okay, so now let's go ahead and see what other effects are in here. I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna look down. There's my phaser, my PH1 that I was using. I'm gonna scroll down here and we are gonna use a wah effect right there, the T wah. Now I have a wah, so. If it's not quite how I want it, I can easily go in, because it's a pedal, everything's on top, adjust my sensitivity in here, adjust my peak, even the drive, if I want some drive. So now, since we're talking about wah, what do we usually use with this? We use some kind of clav. So I'm gonna go into that section. Here's a clav, and this one, let me take off this pedal, has some effects. Let's strip it off so we can use the pedal. And I'll drop it an octave because that's how I like to play my clav. So no effect. We go ahead and push down. Now we have, once again, no pedal. Turn on the pedal. So give that a shot. Make sure you try out some pedals with your keyboards. I'm showing you this because remember, back in the day, a lot of the vintage keyboards, some of the old Roland and some of the others did not have internal effects. So these pedals were for us too, keyboard players. Don't forget, a lot of good ones out there. Make sure you come out to Chuck Levin's and see what they have available and try them out. You're gonna love it. Once again, we're having fun showing pedals with keyboards. The Boss GT1000 Core, multiple effects in here, and we're just having fun hooking up to a Juno D. We're gonna strip the effects of the Juno D and use this. Now, with this particular one, you could actually hook this up with horns, with saxophones, with violins, with trumpets. Since this is a guitar effects processor, technically, let's go ahead and use a guitar sound from the Juno D, and let's go ahead and see some of the guitar presets, but using the keyboard. So right now, you're hearing just the effects of the Juno D. Sounds pretty cool. Let's go ahead and strip the effects of the Juno D. Let's see what we have now. That was what it was. It was the effects that really made it come out. Now let's go ahead and have fun. Take it out of bypass, and let's see what we have here. I'm just gonna choose one here. Ooh, this one makes noise just like a real amp. So let's check it out. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and see if we can find an effect that's not guitar oriented now. I found an effect that's more of a slicer. I put this in bypass, and I'm gonna use a saw from here. Pretty cool. And you hear the effects of the Juno D. So once again, let's strip off the effects and treat this like it was an old analog synth that was before we had effects on board. So on this particular one, there's probably some effects that are just kind of baked in. That's what it sounds like to me. So let's go ahead and turn on the GT Core and see what we have now. Now in this example, I'm showing the Boss Vocoder, the VO1. The cool thing about this is I am gonna use a vocoder, but no MIDI. No MIDI is involved. So I can essentially just go out of the keyboard into the vocoder pedal, the VO1, and just hook up my mic to the pedal, and I have multiple different vocoding effects. So right now, if I just speak into it, hey, nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the vocoder, kick it on, and now when I play, I can just vocode. You can understand what I'm saying. I got Chuck Levin's, baby. How cool is that? No MIDI. So essentially I could use any keyboard. I think this is meant for guitar, but we're not doing that. Any keyboard, I'm just going out of this into this, and I can use a vocoder, baby. And if I didn't want to use that sound, maybe I do another one. This one is a Syrian guitar. Let's hear how Syrian guitar and that sounds. Listen to another vocoder in here. Check this out. This is fun. Test. No MIDI. You don't need to hook up a MIDI cable. Let's hear another one. Maybe a classic robot kind of talk box. Testing, test. So that's pretty cool. That was just a small taste of some of the effects. We can do guitar-oriented things. We have a lot of different effects here we can use for voice if we wanted to, or for instruments such as wind instruments or fretted instruments like violin or trumpet or whatever. Start experimenting with this. This is something fun that you can use for your modern keyboards that have effects or some of your vintage keyboards that don't have effects. Go ahead and look at these. These are also for keyboard players. And once again, they have a lot of variety of pedals here at Chuck Levin's Washington Music in Wheaton, Maryland. So make sure you stop on by and check them out.